Good evening, cooks. Today we're making kimchi fried rice, and as usual, we must begin with prep. We take one single green onion, separating the whites from the greens, slice and chop the whites, and then we bin them. We will now proceed to do the same with the greens, chop and bin. Next, some protein, a single piece of pork jowl I had hidden in the freezer. I chop it up into bite-sized chunks. And then because that's not nearly enough protein, I take a slice of pork Boston butt. Not the most conventional way to use the meat, but sliced thin enough it gets the job done. And while it may not be the most conventional, I personally like it because it has an extra porkiness to its flavor. Chop it up into little pieces and then bin. Next, we take some kimchi. This is in your store-bought Trader Joe's or Costco kimchi. No, this is good homemade stuff. Take about an equal amount to the pork we just chopped up, doesn't have to be exact, and then we take a few spoons of the kimchi juice, as they say. And then like a true Korean, take a pair of scissors and start to snip at your food. Snip, 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 snip. And then we take some sushi nori and get back to snipping. We snip into thinner and thinner strips. Snip, 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 snip. Snip, 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 snip. And that about does it for prep, so we now clean the workstation and begin the cooking. We take a stainless steel pan, warm it up. The test is to put a couple drops of water until the beads start dancing. Not a waltz, not a slow dance, but swing dancing. Then we add the pork, the whites of the green onions, and the minced garlic and start sauteing as if your life depends on it. Then we put in the kimchi and continue sauteing until everything gets all intermarried. We taste for seasoning. Here I added sugar to cut through the acidity of the kimchi, which I forgot to film. Next, white rice. Ideally a day or two old in the fridge. Mix, 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 to which we'll add red gochugaru, which I also forgot to film, some MSG, and freshly cracked ground pepper. Not sure why the frame rate dropped here. Here we add a few splashes of white vinegar to give it a bit of brightness, and then your strips of nori that you snipped. Snip, snip, snip. Anyways, we mix. And then finally we add a few drizzles of perilla oil. Careful, this stuff is potent. Just a little bit goes a long way. It's so potent that we drop frames again. And we mix, and we're finally done. Now for plating. We put our finished, sauteed kimchi fried rice into a bowl. This is going to be our mold. After stuffing this bowl, we put it on a plate, like so. And look at that, a molehill of kimchi fried rice. Now, if you look at the pan, there's a bit of rice stuck to the pan. This is good stuff. This is what we call nurungji. Don't throw it away. No, this is a perfect chef snack, even though we're going to eat this fried rice by ourselves. For garnish, I think that sour cream and kimchi actually makes for strange bedfellows, which is an odd sexual way to say they go well together. So I make a rudimentary quenelle of sour cream and top the whole thing off with the greens from the green onion. And here we are, kimchi fried rice. Tasting it, it's pretty dang good. I mean, I cooked it myself. For some reason, my mom would always pack me a can of Sprite when I was younger to go with my kimchi fried rice for lunches. And so here's an homage to you, Mom. Thank you. To which I clear this plate and finish it off with a sip of Sprite. Thank you for cooking.